Hi guys, welcome to today's class. Again, today we are going to see general economics under that introduction of economic basic concepts and principle. In the previous video, we have seen what are all the definitions, who gave those definitions, and whether economics is a science or an art. What does it, if it is a science, though, what type of branch, or what is a, whether it is a positive or normative, or what are the criticism for each definition. All those things we have seen in the previous video. Now we are moving on with branches of economics. So there are basically two branches. One is micro and next one is macro. Micro versus macro. By the name itself you can judge. Micro means small or individual or a particular unit. Macro means as a nation. Macro means what? Larger stuff. Yes or no? So macro means as a nation, as a globe, as an entire world. All right. So now what does it mean? If any branch of economics which is study about a particular unit or a particular individual or a particular firm, then that is called microeconomics. When you study about a nation as a whole, when you study any concept as nation as a whole, or as a government for the government, or as a world or as a globe international level, then those things are called as what? Macroeconomics. I'll give you a classic example. Studying about a particular industry, say for example, iron and steel industry. If you're talking about particular company in that, Tata Iron and Steel, all right. If you're studying about particular industry called, particular company called Tata, if you're studying about Tata Iron and Steel industry means, then it is called microeconomics. But if you're studying about the entire production of iron and steel in India itself, then that is called macroeconomics. I'll tell you a very simple example. When you study about an individual income, then that is called what? Micro. When you study about GNP or GDP, which means gross national product, gross domestic product, national income, then that is called what? Macroeconomics. When you talk about a particular single unit or single individual or single household or a single company or particular industry, then that is called micro. Whereas when you study about as a nation as a whole, as a globe you are studying about, then that is called macroeconomics. Right? Next, in economics, we have, various approaches to study. Study in the sense you can derive various theories, you can write various theories, and there are various approaches. Here, the most popular approaches are deductive and inductive approaches. What does it mean? Deductive approach, what will happen? Suppose you will see a problem or you will see, any phenomena which is happening there. And for that, what you will do? You will create some theory, you will derive some theory, and you will have your own assumptions. Okay, if it is like this, then this and this, okay, this is how it will happen. So you will first frame the theory. And then what will you do? You will put it for testing. You will frame the theory. Okay, and then you will put it out for individual things, or you will put it out for what? Testing. The theory may be correct, or theory may be rejected, or theory may be revised. So what deductive means what? First thing, from general, simple language I can tell, general to what? Particular. General to what? Particular. Which one? Deductive approach. So deductive approach means what? When you observe certain things, any problems or any phenomena you're seeing in a society, then what will you do? First thing, you will prepare or you will derive a theory. Okay, this is the problem, so I have to do like this. I am assuming if this, you will always have, when are you giving some theory, always you would have studied about what? Certain assumptions. So you will write your own assumptions. If these conditions are satisfied, then this will be the, output. That is what you will tell. That is a theory. Now, whether the theory will be applicable or whether it gives a correct conclusion or not, you will put it out for testing. All right. So what you are doing here, from general to, you are deducting to what? To the particular level. So that is called deductive approach. Inductive means what? Inductive means the same thing. When you have a problem, first thing, you will not formulate a theory. First thing, you will collect information for that. Okay, this is what happened. Okay, this is the reason. This is that facts and figures about that particular phenomena you will take. and then you will examine carefully, and then what you will do, you will develop a theory based on that facts. Then you will tell that, okay, if these things are happening, then this would be the outcome, which means from an individual event to you are generalizing things. From an individual event to you are generalizing things. So I can say from particular event you will derive a theory and you will generalize. You will try to generalize. So we did for this. So we believe that even for generalize as a whole also, this could be the outcome. And that type of approach is called as what? Inductive approach. We'll see what is it. Deductive method. The other name for that is analytical or abstract method. See here, it consists in deriving conclusions from what? General truths. So from general to particular. So we take what? Few general principles and applies them to draw a conclusion. See here, classical and neoclassical school, Ricardo, J.S. Mill, Marshall, everybody believed what? Deductive method. They used deductive method in their economic investigation. So what does it mean, deductive method? You will observe certain things, and based on that, based on your assumptions, you will prepare or you will have your own theory, formulate your own theory, and then you will apply it to what? A particular event or a particular thing. So from generalized to particular, that is called what? Deductive method. The other name for deductive method is what? Analytical or abstract method. Next one is inductive method. It is also called as what? Empirical method. And it is adopted by whom? History School of Economics, Historical School of Economics. So now what does it mean here? How it has been evolved from? It has been reasoning from facts to general principle. You have a scenario, you understood clearly what has happened in that scenario. You will take all the facts, you will take all the, all the data from the event happened, and then you will formulate a theory, and then you will say, this is what has happened in this case. So if something like this happened, then this would be the outcome. So you are particular to, you are generalizing things. So there are various methods to do this. One is experimentation, observation, and statistical methods. Hope you understood deductive and inductive method. Now we are moving on to economic systems. What are the economic systems we have? What are the type of economies we have? Capitalism, socialism, and mixed economy. What does it mean? Capitalism is also called as free market economy or market economy, where most of the things are privatized. Classic example we can say is USA. Government plays an administrative role over there. Alright, so such type of economies are called as what? Capitalism. It is called as free market. There will be no rigid rules or regulations or constraints. Everything is owned by whom? Private parties. Now, when we talk about socialism, it is also called as command economy. It is command economy or planned economy, centrally planned economy. Because here, everything is owned by whom? Government. Everything is owned by whom? Earlier, we can have, when the USSR, Russia was a Soviet Union at that time, we can call them as socialism. Now, if you want to call, China may also fall under this category, where everything is owned by the government. Government decides everything there. And mixed economy, it is a combination of both government and the private sector. India is a classic example for mixed economy, where you can see all the facilities, all the resources are owned by, shared between the private and the government. Few sectors where government and private will also be there. Few sectors are run by only private, few sectors are run only by government. So both government and private players will join hands together, and such type of economies are called as mixed economy. The classic example is India. Now, in any economy or in any country, there are some common problem, and that is called central economic problem. Why there is a problem? First thing, because we have what? Unlimited wants. We have what? Unlimited wants. But do we have enough resources to satisfy our wants? No, we have what? Very limited resources. And because of that, what happens? Scarcity happens. So we have to prioritize. We have to make a choice whether this or that. First, we have to satisfy this, or first we have to satisfy that. Which one we have to do? All those things we have to think. All right, because of our unlimited want and limited resources, we came to a situation where which one is required first, which one can be done later. So we have to make what? Choices. And that paves way for what? The economic problem. What are those? What to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. What to produce means what? By having the country, my country is having this much resources and my country requires this much. So based on that, what I have to produce, what and all I can produce. My country is good for this. So with the resources I am having, I can manufacture this. I can produce this so that I can grow, so that I can develop. So what to produce is the first problem. Second problem, how to produce. How to produce means either I have to employ labor intensive technique or I have to employ capital intensive technique. What does it mean? In countries like India, where labors are cheap because we have abundance, so the labors are cheap. So what they will employ? Labor. They will go for manual services. Whereas countries like US, they will be very much into technology, because they have very high technology, very high capital over there. So they'll go for what? Huge capital over there. So they'll go for capital intensive techniques. So which method of production I have to follow? How I will produce? Either fully technology oriented, or I will manufacture using labor, whether automated or whether shall I use manual labors. All right, in simple words, if I want to put, whether I have to put robotics or robots in the manufacturing or production, whatever it is, or shall I employ my own human resource? Which one, how I have to manufacture? Second one, for whom I have to produce, for which class of society I am manufacturing, who is my consumers, for whom I have to manufacture. So these are all the three central economic problem for any economist. Why? Because every country is having only limited resources, but their wants are unlimited. So they are compelled to do what? Choices. So within their resources, what best they can do, that is their problem. Now, so that is how, for that only, they are having various laws, various rules to solve that problem, to attain what? To solve what? What to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. So these are all the very basic concepts of economics, and these are the introduction about your economics. Hope you guys understood. I wish you all the best. Thank you guys.